I've got some big bar stock here. That's what these were made from. And that's some bigger bar stock, and I ain't got a clue what I bought that for. I bought it for something, I think that's 50 by 50. That's 35 or 40. So I want to make a DTI holder to go in there. I was going to make another dovetail out of some of this, and I built all these. And I've got a lug on back on that one and on that one, but that one hasn't. The only way of fixing that one I can see is gripping it there. The beauty of this one is when it's on, you can turn it. See if I can. The whole thing turns. So if it was in here, I'd be able to read it right way up, wouldn't I? The only problem with this, well, it isn't a problem, but it's very, very accurate. It's 0.000 in millimeters, 0.000. It's and it's a bit jittery because it jumps all over the place because it's so accurate. Whereas of course these are just thou ones, and they're, you know, easier to read as such because they don't jump about. So my thoughts are that I need to hold them there, not on the lug at the back, so that I can use all three. Only trouble is that one's 8mm, that one's 8mm, and that one's 10. So I'd have to make something where all three would fit. Right, I mean, of course I've got that one as well, which is a big one, and that one. But unfortunately this one's a bit poorly. It doesn't always go there. See, it's got a -2. It goes all over the place, so it's knackered. And I just got this chunk of alley, which was from an old anti-roll bar, not anti-roll bar, suspension part of a Volkswagen Golf, big metallic bush in there, rubber thing. Took them off my lad's car, MOT, and I made that little pot, me cutting oil pot out of the round bit. And so now I'm left with this chunk here, which is like that bit there, that we'll just cut off. And I thought, yeah, if I put a dovetail on that could go in there, sorry, and slide up and down wherever I wanted it to get me centre. Mill it away, drill a hole here, cut this out so it looks prettier, drill a hole here and put a grub screw in, and I can sit my DTI on it. Oh, would it want to be upside down? But it doesn't. Yeah, it does. It'd have to be with lugs sticking up, wouldn't it? So it'd have to be like that, with a hole in there. I'll have some measurements, see if I can make it work, but that's my plan, to get on milling machine and play with this chunk of metal, as opposed to machining one completely out of mild steel. Doesn't need to be mild steel, alloy's fine. You don't have to tighten the dovetail up tight, as long as it nips. It's only for doing measurements, as long as it don't move. So that's my plan. Next project, I'll get on with it and see what happens. So we've just about completed. It's worked out quite well actually. piece of bar in. See what run out is. Is that 1.5 mil? Sorry, 0.15 mil. That's the scale. It's upside down, but and I can check for run out now, which on this piece of bar is absolutely miles out. Okay, that baby. But at least I can do some pretty decent checks now. I was using mag base on back of there before with a thing, but just thought, well, I mean, it hasn't cost no to do. Just something to play around with. The slot there is for the one with the lug on the back. This one doesn't have a lug on the back, so this one's better because you can turn the scale. Now, wind that in. A bit light. I can't see an outfit light. So if I do that and a 0. But that one's, I mean, that's 0.0000. It's a very accurate one, so it's going to give me some. So what's that? 3 thou, 4 thou, 5. 0.57. 5.7 thou out, run out on that piece of bar. Oh well. Right, so yeah, it's worked. I just need to do some fettling now and clean it all up. But yeah, it seems to me just what I wanted. Just what the doctor ordered. And again, as my bush mod and many other things have done, how much did it cost? Nothing. All from that. Well, not that one. So from one of them, I've got my pot out of it, my cutting oil pot, and I've got that out of it, out of a piece that were on here. That's a bit from there. Just to fettle that. I'm not throwing that away, you never know what I might come up with next. I've even got an old bloody bath tap here, but it's solid brass, chrome brass. There must be something I can make with that. I was told not to make out with this because it was made in Germany. Yeah. Well, there you go. You know what, it'd be lovely, wouldn't it, in blue or gold anodise. I haven't had a go at doing anodising. It might be something to do next, have a play. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Well, there's my finished product. A little bit of metal, aluminium that I had over from that part I showed you earlier. And that's the other piece that's left over. It's a fair chunk actually. So, what's next? We'll have to see. So, where does this go? I'm going to do this with one hand, so. Well, first of all, that one. That goes in like that. Unfortunately, that's 10 milli, and I've made no provision for that. Thought about it afterwards. I suppose Only other way would have been to have bought that 10mm and made a little sleeve that slid in and out when I wanted to use the 8mm ones. So anyway, it just means that I've got a metric. This is metric and imperial, but the imperial one's the larger size one. But yeah, so this could be awkward. I'm gonna have to just pause this a minute while I get this online. Right, I've got that lined up. I didn't make a stop for here because I thought there was no point. You just nip it, drop it down to the centre of the bar and nip it, or whatever it is you're doing, and snug that up, and that's it. I don't want to pull and rive on this, I'll probably break it, but that's not what it's about. It's not going to take any pressure, so let's wind it in. And then zero that. Now this is in imperial, and as you can see it's 4 knots, so it's a pretty accurate piece of kit. That's just a chunk of titanium I bought to make some rings. Let's see how far it run out is on this. 2, 3 thou, 4 thou, 5, 5.5, 6, 7, 8, 9 thou run out. On that 3-jaw chuck. I don't know how accurate they're supposed to be, and I know if you're going to do anything accurate you use your 4-jaw chuck and line it all up that way, which will be a great addition for me to have this, to do that, so I can get bar stock exactly right. I mean, normally all I do is I put a piece of bar in. I've got a centre pot mark there on my chuck, and then I centre pot my piece of bar and put it in, and then if I turn that down and have to take it out of the chuck, when I put it back in, I put it back into that mark and I know it's right. If I put it in with that around there somewhere, it's miles out. So we now know that this chuck is sort of 8 thou out or more. Not a lot I can do about it, I suppose, other than grinding jaws and messing about, but it's an old chuck. I mean, it's not a bad one. Make-wise, it's Pratt Bernard, Pratt Bernard. But it's old. I've got a set of outside and inside jaws for this. My 4-jaw, that's also an old banger, which I mounted onto a back plate, but it's fairly accurate as that. I can dial that in. But yeah, that's a great addition for a dial holder. What I was doing before, putting a mag base on the back of the bed, messing about for ages getting that right. With that, I just drop it straight in, keep it in my drawer, and I can check run out in length as well, can't I, with that? So what I got there, 1.2 thou that, innit? Wind it further in and zero it again. That's so what length are we looking at? Let's get a measure. I mean, I know you usually use something like a 200mm bar, don't you, or a 12-inch bar even. So that's, I'm going to be running it over from there to there, 2 1/4 inches right to the end. Zero it again. has a great go. So in 2¼ inches it's out 2.2 thou, which is not good, is it? 0.056 of a millimetre. Yeah. I mean, I did some work with a piece of bar, a long piece of bar, and I put a centre in it and put it in my tailstock and had it on, and I worked on it. And I thought, oh, I'll just check that. And I run that in and checked it, and it was miles out. I don't think it's this that's out, it's this end. Yeah. I suppose I could look for an ER collet for here, and I've got a full set of ER collets, 25s, which should probably do, although I won't get that in, because I think biggest I can go to 16 on mine. The set I've got, only go up to 16. Yeah, pleased with that little job. And it cost me nothing, because it was just a piece of scrap. As I was going to end up making it from some square stock I've got and the big stuff back there, and get travelling around mill, but I just thought it don't need to be strong. So thanks for watching, hope it were helpful for anybody, making something from nothing that don't cost anything to do, apart from the fact you've bought a flipping lathe, you've spent thousands on it, and milling machine that were, you know, big money as well. I suppose it's not for nothing, is it? Nothing's for nothing. Yeah, I mean, I spent quite a bit on that. But, yeah, never mind. Thanks for watching.